and welcome back to The Give and Go. I'm your co-host Reynoso, here with my boy. I'm here with my boy
Soltero. What's up, guys?
We got a lot to unpack. Brother, and we got a lot to unpack. But before I say anything, I definitely want you to just let your thoughts out the same way I did with that Mexico game, man, because I know what it feels like to get grouped. I know what it feels like, bro. So you got an expert in this experience right in front of you. Let's talk about it, bro. USA gets grouped at the Copa America with Uruguay defeating them 1-0 through controversial calls, a weird camera angle to start the game, Kevin Ortega, one of the craziest refereeing performances I've ever seen. Good Lord. Berhalter drama, injuries all over the place, demolition derby, Kansas City. This game had it all, and I would love to unpack this experience with you now that the USA is officially out of the Copa America.
I'm devastated, man. Truly. I had so much high hopes for the USA ever since they exited the World Cup 2 years ago. Because there was so much promise in this team. There was so much talent. And we got the opportunity to host the Copa America, the next biggest thing outside of the Euros and the World Cup. With a core of players that have shown at club level to be very good footballers. And I was hoping to see some progress. We had dominated CONCACAF since the World Cup. So the next step was the Copa America. Can we do what we do to CONCACAF teams against CONMEBOL? Now that's a different task because we're talking about Argentina, we're talking about Uruguay, we're talking about Brazil. And I truly believed that progress would take us to a very big moment this summer. But we got grouped. And it's just no progress at the end of the day. Sure, we can dominate in CONCACAF. What does that really mean? It's a massive opportunity missed for the United States because, no disrespect, unlike Mexico, there's a little bit more hope, right?
No, you're right about that. You're right.
Talent-wise,
absolutely.
Not even joke, no jokes. Truly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's just a really big opportunity that we no longer get to have. This is massive miss for the fans, right? Because one of my biggest takes was this is an opportunity for the USA to prove to people like the people in the chat here that this team's different. We can actually perform against the world's best. We didn't do that. This is an opportunity for the players also to show up on the big stage, not for the American audience, but for the European audience, for the CONMEBOL audience, to show that, we play football. We play in Europe. We can go against Uruguay. The players didn't do that. And this was an opportunity for Greg Berhalter to, basically shut everybody up, essentially, right? Because Berhalter's very hated. I understand it. But he didn't do that either. So if you count it out for the USA, this is just a massive failure and in every department.
Massive failure. I completely agree. Looking at the track record for this USA squad, I actually was excited to see what they could do at the Copa America because I did acknowledge how much they dominated Mexico and CONCACAF these past 2-3 years. It's been incredible, honestly. But now that we have this hindsight of seeing them get grouped at the Copa America, I'm starting to wonder if, the old USA teams of the past probably would have done the same in today's era, knowing how weak CONCACAF is right now. They probably would have dominated Mexico in the same way. And it's disappointing because you hear Stu Holden on the call. Even he admits that he can't necessarily call this a golden generation in the sense that they aren't experienced or proven at the biggest levels at the international stage. Yeah. That's the tough part because this was supposed to be it. This was supposed to be that moment. And it leads me to my next topic, which is what we saw today between USA and Uruguay, because as a Mexico fan, I pointed out that Sure, I got my jokes off in that Panamanian loss that you guys had and whatever, but I still said that I would have loved to have seen the USA actually get outplayed and not Panama get a red card advantage and be up a man the entire match. So I was looking forward to Uruguay potentially doing that, but I don't know, man. I thought the referee today, from a neutral point of view, honestly, dude, was horrendous. I thought he was horrendous. The play where he had a play on when he was giving away a yellow card, decides to play on this match. From that moment on, you knew and I knew that this referee could not be trusted. And I don't want to just boil it all down to the referee being at fault for this, because ultimately the USA needed to score a goal, and they just didn't. They just didn't score a goal, and that's ultimately what they needed to do. So I'm not going to put it all fully on the refs, but I do think they played a big role in ultimately, bringing down this USA energy that was starting up in that first half and ultimately not seeing out the result that you guys wanted, because that offside call I thought was the wrong call.
Yeah. The offside call, I just want to go out and say, I don't know. I just don't know. You look at the angle from certain TV cameras and one looks clearly offside, and then the VAR angle where they actually put the line, I guess he's technically onside. So I truly just don't know. And that definitely changed the game because, well, in that moment, we need not just one, but we need 2 goals. And so from that moment on, 20 minutes left in the match, the USA got very desperate. And, it had to stay 0-0. I think we would have just seen a completely different final 20 minutes. But, I mean, if the angle is true on that VAR camera, it's onside. So I don't even want to say that. I'm not using that as an excuse, essentially. It's a goal, 1-0 to Uruguay. The referee, he was really poor today. He was really, really poor. Pulisic was getting fouled left and right. There were very few yellow cards being given to Uruguay. But once again, I'm just not going to use that as an excuse, because overall, we still had to basically handle the situation, because these are the moments that I wanted to see the USA triumph ultimately, because, in these tight matches, when we need a win, not just in the Copa America, but, in 2 years' time in the World Cup, we might have a referee not from Europe.
That's true.
Right? So we might have a CONMEBOL referee. We might have an AFC referee who just don't have the experience in these tight matches, and we might get screwed over. So I don't even want to look at the referee today and be like, he's the reason why we didn't get the result we wanted, because this could easily happen 2 years' time. So if anything, this is a really good learning opportunity for the entire USA team and staff. But overall, honestly, I thought the USA played a great game. Really. I'm actually really proud of how our boys played tonight. Anthony Robinson, best game I've seen him play for the USA in a while. Same thing about Chris Richards. Tim Ream gave everything. Joe Scally got a little knock, I think, that put him off for a little bit, but I thought he was good. Yunus Musa lost a lot of juice in the second half, but I thought the first half, he was fantastic. And in general, the USA midfield dominated Uruguay in that first half. It was actually a brilliant game for 45 minutes for the USA. And Pulisic, just burning Uruguayan defenders left and right, drawing so many fouls. I thought he was also fantastic. So I think the way we lost today, I'm completely happy with. We gave everything. The only thing we didn't do, though, was generate enough chances. When we dominated those first 45 minutes, I would have liked to see us just go a little bit more forward, get a little bit more aggressive. But I thought the fight in the midfield, we won for the most part. Defensively, I thought we were fantastic. So I thought overall, USA played really, really good football. Just going forward in the future, we needed to be just a little bit more adventurous, a little bit more decisive in the final third to really get more opportunities in front of goal. But overall, I thought we played a good game. And I think an even better way to really prove that is Uruguay looked completely different versus their first 2 games.
That's true.
They couldn't flow.
Yeah.
And people, were expecting a 3-4-0 win here for Uruguay, but in reality, this was as tight as it could be. So I think that also proves that the USA put out a really good fight today against Uruguay, and for that reason, I am very proud of the performance.
You think Uruguay would have played differently if they weren't already through, though?
I do wonder that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Either way, though, this was their best team, and we worked their defense, man. Naita Hernandez, Ronald Araujo, they had to give everything to keep it the way it was result-wise. So, yeah, offensively, I think Uruguay would have played a little bit more adventurous had they needed a result here. But defensively, we worked Uruguay to their maximum.
Yeah, so the USA ends up getting eliminated. And that actually leads me to my next topic, which is we'll do a poll here. Berhalter. What's the stance on Berhalter now that we've seen him ultimately disappoint with the USA squad at the Copa America? Does Berhalter stay or does Berhalter go? Is he staying until the World Cup or is he here to leave? Is he ultimately going to leave this U.S. men's national team? We saw with Mexico yesterday, I wanted Jimmy Lozano out, and the poll said that they wanted Jimmy Lozano out as well, but it's actually been announced that Jimmy Lozano is staying with the national team for 2 more years. So what do you guys think the Federation will do, and what do you want them to do? Let me know. Where do you stand on that? Because I'm interested to see what the Berhalter relationship is handled these next 2 years.
It's so interesting because since Mexico are keeping with Lozano, dude. I think the USA honestly are
do the same thing.
Keep Berhalter.
The same thing.
They're going to do the same thing because Mexico's whole idea is this is a project that is going to go up until the World Cup.
Yeah.
They don't want to do too much change. I could see the USA Federation having the exact same take, basically being like, look, we hired Berhalter after the last World Cup to take us to this next one. Even though this is a massive failure, we can't have too much change in the box, so we got to keep Berhalter. I could easily see them doing that.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past them, but I think it's time to fire him. I think it's time. The poll, let's look at the results. We have 81%, 260 votes saying fire him, 20% saying he should stay. Man, I mean, that could end up being what happens, but I'm just interested to see how the Federation handles Berhalter going forward. And then more than anything, I mean, we're known here on this pod for accountability. We're known for making takes, and for when we get those takes very wrong, we get punished. Or when we get them right, we get rewarded. So we spoke about this beforehand. You're open to this?
I'm open.
But because you did predict the USA would make it to a semifinal and ultimately they end up getting grouped, chat, I want to get you guys involved. What should Soltero's punishment be? Because we have some ideas. And we might stick to those, but we want to hear what you guys have to say in the chat because you guys always come up with some crazy ideas. Soltero needs a punishment. Soltero needs a punishment because this will go down in the Hall of Fame of one of his honestly worst takes.
Yeah,
looking at it,
take at the end
with
of the
how drastic the result was.
Yeah, and actually to speak on that,
please.
though, I think where I got it dead wrong is I did not take into account just the overall lack of experience of this side. I just didn't take it into account because this generation versus the ones that did succeed, we don't have real leaders when it gets gritty. Just don't have it. We don't have a Jermaine Jones in the midfield. Adams maybe skill-wise is that, but leadership-wise, he's not that. Neither is McKinney, right? Up top, we don't have a real striker that takes it in his own hands to get a goal like we did with Deuce Dempsey, right? Balogun just has entered the team, and yeah, he's been off, right? Didn't take that into account. And just in general, I did not take into account how they would manage these really, really big moments because ultimately, Weah lost his head against Panama. It's why we got in this situation. It's why we got grouped ultimately. And against Uruguay, when we needed to remain composed going down a goal, we just got very desperate, right? And seeing the performances recently, it makes sense that this has transpired the way it has. So yeah, that's where I got it completely wrong. I just didn't take that into account.
Yeah, no, I actually agree with that because looking at Timothy Weah's mistake, it was just the lack of discipline there that goes to show the lack of experience for the team, not realizing the consequences that come from making a decision like that. I think for sure experience, this team is just too young. That's why I'm a little bit hopeful going to 2026 that we'll see something better because Mexico, I don't know. I don't know if 2026 is going to be as promising for us in comparison to 2022 in this Copa America. For the USA, it can't be worse than what we just saw the Copa America. It can't be, bro. It just can't.
I would like to think
this was like the nightmare situation for the USA that actually came to fruition. When it comes to recommendations for the punishment, bro, you and I might not have hair in the next month. if you shave your head and Turkey ends up winning, I gotta get fucking hair transplant. We might be bald on this podcast a month from now, bro. Good Lord. It's crazy though, the amount of shouts I'm seeing for hair related punishments, given that, I like to be proud about my hair here. Mm-hmm. And yours grows back pretty quick and shit, no?
Maybe. I don't know. I've never shaved it. I've never shaved it now.
Going bald would be crazy. R9 haircut.
R9 cut.
R9 would be dope.
Bro.
That'd be great, man. That'd be great for the channel. If you could do that for us, could you, bro? Could you do that for us, man? Low key.
Oh my God.
Bread challenge at Texas Roadhouse is a good one. We're also considering the waffle challenge at IHOP. Mm-hmm. Eating challenges, I think, is a fun one. temporary tattoo. You can make temporary tattoos saying U.S. men's national team is overrated and false fool's gold generation. There are temporary tattoos.
Interesting one. Like the ones that are almost real, where they actually pencil it in and it stays for like 3 months.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be a cool one.
You put it on your, what is that? Your left bicep. So it shows every time you do a episode. Actually, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
I like that idea.
I actually like that because it would also show that, I just got the take wrong too, saying the USA.
Branded?
I get branded.
Like I get branded. Like a cow, bro. That jersey makes you look like a cow right now, man.
That's actually a good one.
That's actually a good one. I like that one. It's harmless. At the end of the day, it's harmless. You cover it up.
It's just like a little demeaning for a while.
But imagine you go out to a bar, you meet a nice girl, you take her back to your place.
Fuck.
You take off that shirt, and she's a Mexico fan, and she sees that shit.
Oh,
She's
it's actually a good thing.
I'm telling you. I'm seeing the one chip challenge.
A spicy challenge would be nuts.
That'd be nuts.
That would kill me.
Wear a clown costume for an episode would be kind of fun, bro. If you pulled up in those fucking clown shoes and shit. These are actually pretty good ideas, man. One chip challenge, Sprite and banana challenge. I've never heard of that shit. Wear a Mexico jersey. Wear a Canada jersey. Rainbow milk challenge. Y'all gotta explain these challenges, bro. What the hell are these? What the hell are these challenges? Say Hawk Tua. I'm not doing the fucking Hawk Tua shit. R9 cut. Survive a night in Tijuana. Yeah? You like to travel?
Survive a night in Tijuana.
You like to travel, bro?
I gotta be homeless too.
And you gotta wear the USA jersey. Let's see how much you care about your team. People want to die for your team, bro. Oil up. Get the Darwin Nunez haircut.
God.
Hot Ones wing challenge. Oh my God, these are genius ideas, guys. These are genius ideas. We gotta talk internally.
There's one that says "Kiss the Panama Canal." Go to Panama, and I do want to talk about Panama. So stay tuned. We will talk about them.
We will talk about the matchups that come in the future for Uruguay and Panama. I just want to talk about the punishment. 20 pages. I'm seeing the Vidal haircut. And if anything, let's look at super chats right now. Let's look at what the Give and Go folks are saying. We got to read these things because a lot of these are directed towards you, Salt. So to start, Michael Vox says, USA cry about the refs. All you want. Fact is you should have beaten Panama. And Panama was never losing to the worst side in this tourney, and that's just facts.
Facts.
That's facts, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, for as much as we can complain about the refs, you should have beaten Panama, and the USA didn't.
Yep.
Abraham says, Salt arrow, what happened?
Yeah, man. No, yeah.
Crazy.
Trust me,
crazy.
man. I'm still in shock.
JC Florida says, fire this, Mr. Potato Head Greg Berhalter. By the way, love you guys. Big respect from Florida. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, JC.
Mr. Potato Head Greg Berhalter is actually a great nickname. Ozzy Carr, here we go. Says, first of all, Berhalter out. Bro, make some subs. And also, this is the most blatant corruption I have seen. Feels like Conmebol purposely put this inexperienced ref in this game to keep the USA out of the knockout round.
It's just crazy you would hire or call up a very inexperienced ref like this at a major tournament. I understand. High stakes game. I understand you have to somehow get refs who are inexperienced, but do that like in the Copa Libertadores, Why do it in the Copa America? But still, not an excuse. We should have won regardless.
I will say, not even related to this game, Conmebol's approach to this tournament can sometimes spark shouts for corruption, I think.
Absolutely. And not just in this game. We've seen it in like 3-4 of the matches at this Copa. Not just the USA involved, where the refs have just been poor.
Like we heard on the broadcast that apparently Uruguay got the home locker room at the stadium and not the USA. Right. Can you imagine Germany getting the away locker room in their own stadium where they're hosting a tournament?
Yeah.
Why isn't the USA getting the home locker room? Shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
Samuel Mapurunga says the US men's national team owes Soltero an apology letter. Bro, low-key, yeah.
Low-key, it does feel like that.
For as much belief you had in them,
it feels like
I think they owe you something like that. Carlos Colunga Navarro says, Mexico got more points in a harder group. Mexico shit. That's actually true. We ended up with 4 points, USA on 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I should have said some shit regarding. I should have predicted that. God damn it. Mateo Pegasus says, just give me Greg and Weah in the octagon and I'll take care of the rest.
Oh, dude, let's make that happen. I'll fund it. I'll fund that. Mateo, I'm going to fund that for you, all right?
Northern Boy 973 says, Reynoso Soltero, what did I say?
Oh, yeah, Northern Boy.
What did he say?
He was he was just
Venezuela guy?
No, I think he's Canadian. I think.
Oh, shit. Well, talk your shit, bro.
Talk your shit, brother.
Man. That's absolutely facts, man. Congratulations. Canada being so far Canada and Panama being the two teams in CONCACAF that have progressed. And we'll talk about Panama in a second because
right.
for as depressing as this USA narrative is, Panama qualifying is incredible. Enrique Camacho says USA got a reality check. They not that good. I want to hear you say facts. Say facts, fool.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. If that's the punishment, then I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Yo, I'm seeing a lot of Kiss Reynoso. We're going to start banning those letters. We are not doing that, bro. I am not doing that, bro. The sexual tension. Y'all get out of here with that shit, bro. I'm not kissing this fool, bro. That's crazy. I will not let the punishments go that far. Alejandro Tiburcio says, Soltero, your punishment is getting bitten by Suarez.
That would hurt. That would hurt a lot.
Bro, you seen those teeth,
the
bro?
way Chiellini reacted in 2014, bro? Hell no.
Those teeth, bro. We can find some other guy with the last name Suarez and get him to bite you. But, bro, Luis Suarez, that's a death sentence, bro.
Man.
Kev says, Mexico fan here. Copa America was tough. Had the same hopes for the USA as well. Was this more Berhalter or 3-game tourney drama? I guess shout out Canada, LOL. That's a good question. Is it on the coaching or is it mostly just the chaos of knockout round football?
I know what you're saying. Definitely chaos involved. Red card, I will stand by that. It changes games, right? And we were down a man for 80 minutes. But it does not change the fact that we lost to Panama. We lost to them. So, yes, it's chaos mixed with just poor experience, poor managing. So, it's a whole blend of issues that this USA team has right now. It's a whole blend.
Folks, keep sending in your punishments because we're taking all these inquiries. We are loving it so far. Producer Russ says, adopt a kid, adopt a kid, adopt a kid, adopt a child, maybe a pet, maybe an animal. You raise an animal, you raise him a Mexico fan or some bullshit.
Yeah.
We can come up with something.
Okay, come on with something like that.
Do 100 push-ups, workout punishment, get you fit, get you looking right. Eric Mendoza sends a super chat. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Marcos Andres Tinoco says, I am Canadian of Panamanian descent. Never would have thought I'd live to see the day both my teams get past the group stage of a major tournament.
Wow, dude. Honestly,
Wow.
That's amazing right there.
What? In what world, bro?
Yeah,
In what
world?
We are living in the reality where Canada and Panama are the two teams that go through, and the USA and Mexico are the ones that disappoint. Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations. Shout out. They're going to be so fun to watch in the quarterfinals.
Bevarts will better result than Mexico versus Uruguay. LOL. Luis Melo says, won't lie, I have mixed emotions. On one hand, the Mexico fan in me is happy USA got eliminated. However, on the other hand, that goal is very controversial and the ref was questionable. But ultimately, USA got themselves in this mess. I had a lisp there. Thank you, bro. That's 100% what I mean. That's where I'm at personally, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely have the same emotion there, Luis. But yeah,
I agree.
ultimately, we got ourselves in this mess and we couldn't get out.
No, yeah. And that comment has 10 likes. He decided to speak the truth and the people agree. So thumbs up that comment. I like that comment. Angel Bautista says, Uruguay don't score. Outcome's still the same. Cry.
Uruguay
If they don't score, the outcome is still the same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm saying that ultimately the USA don't have what it takes compared to the real generations that have succeeded in the past. I didn't take that into account.
Can you cry on command?
No, I'm not. I don't have that talent.
Damn, bro.
I mean, if you just show me the USA replays of this tournament, I might start crying,
It might
bro.
get you something. It might get you close, bro. Do a podcast in Spanish. Rainbow Milk Challenge is where you put one color of food coloring and put it in a milk gallon, and the challenge is to chug the entire gallon. Most people throw up after drinking half of the gallon. He says with 3 exclamation marks like it's an exciting thing.
Fuck. I mean, that would be a good punishment. I can't lie.
Switch seats for a pod. That's not even a punishment, bro. No, we got to get this fool. Bro. Make him suffer, right? I'm not saying we kill the man, though, but I like a temporary tattoo with the USA, sucks or something on there. I like maybe dyeing your hair, maybe a haircut. I like a waffle challenge, a Texas Roadhouse bread challenge. I like a wings challenge. I like these type of ideas. Joe Mama says, the fact that gym teacher still has a job has to do with corruption. His brother works for U.S. Soccer. Let's investigate this shit, bro. What's going on behind the scenes, man? Berhalter's still with the gig. It's crazy, and I think he's going to keep it, bro.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part. This will probably go down in history as a weird time for the USA Federation.
Disappointing, man. Disappointing. Got Enks says Mexico is good. They're just bad on offense. Bro.
Yep.
100% agree. 100% agree. I liked what I saw from our defense this past tournament. I just don't think we can generate any opportunities or score any goals. Bevard saying 20 pages. Gerald Armstrong says, U.S. men's national team is the biggest hype machine. They believed their own hype. I agree that they are a hype machine. I don't blame them for believing their own hype. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't think highly of themselves if they're dominating CONCACAF and they're all playing in Europe. But I definitely didn't like the aspect of getting really hyped despite not having good results against top 15 teams in the world. That's my only thing and my only gripe that I had for a long time now.
Yeah.
Taco says, Kissa Uruguayan or Hawk Tua? I mean, I'd rather do the first part, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
we can find you an Uruguayan girl.
Uruguayan girl, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can do Uruguayan girl. Miguel Lima says, when I saw pundits saying that the USA had a better squad than Colombia, I knew the expectations were higher than the reality. I agree with you there, my friend. And says, I bought quarterfinal tickets in hopes to see Brazil versus USA, and now I'm going to see Colombia versus Panama. I asked you guys, Reynoso said Brazil versus USA, and Soltero said Colombia versus Uruguay.
Yeah,
Tournaments are crazy.
That, yeah.
Tournaments are crazy. Enjoy the game, my friend. Colombia versus Panama is going to be a really interesting match with a lot of Colombians in attendance, I would bet.
Actually, that'll be really cool too, because geographically, I think they're technically almost neighbors, other than the canal separating them. So this will be a really cool moment for Panama to face a really big team that they are not used to facing.
I've seen people say, become a Canadian citizen as a punishment.
Apply for citizenship,
folks. If we made him a citizen, if we made him apply for citizenship, would it be for Canada, Panama, or Uruguay? Who would it be for? Because those three teams were involved, or outside of Canada, I would say, were involved in creating this chaos for the USA. What would it be? I'm seeing Edgar cut. The Edgar cut would go crazy on you, bro.
I saw one that said, we both get handcuffed to each other for 24 hours since we both got grouped. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Actually?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
Well, why am I getting punished, bro? I got nothing to do with this.
No, yeah.
Nothing, man. Rock the Peso Pluma haircut. That could also work. Your hair's just not that long, bro.
I don't got wavy hair, y'all.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Maybe like wear a wig or some shit.
Could wear a wig.
Hot Ones challenge. 24-hour handcuff stream is crazy. Y'all
that would be crazy. That'd be crazy, bro.
Let's go back to Super Chats. I want to acknowledge the Super Chats before we move on to talking about Panama. Make sure to give us a thumbs up. We still have to talk about Panama, Uruguay, Bolivia, everything that moving forward matters for both these teams. But we're going to acknowledge the Super Chats. Drunken Rambling says, Greg Berhalter told the team Bolivia scored and tied the game. 10 seconds later, Uruguay scored. Side note, there was some shady stuff, but the refs were mostly just inept.
Yeah, I like that take. The refs were just inept. It's just bad refereeing, regardless of the stakes at hand. Like, it was just really stupid stuff from the refs. But either way, we didn't get a goal today.
Benny from the Bronx says Soltero should adopt a kid straight from Panama.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'd love to do the work too. I'd love to do it. I'd raise him as a Panamanian fan too. I'd become a Panama fan, die hard.
Imagine that.
Honestly.
Imagine that. I wish we could live multiple lives at the same time. Because in one life, I would definitely make that your destiny, you know? All right, bet you got to fulfill the punishment. Go do that for the rest of your life. Yeah. We'll check back with you in 50 years.
I bet I'd be happy.
I bet you would, bro. Yeah. You could go to Panama and shit too. Ramo Jakupovic says nothing. He just sends us some money. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Ramo. Thank you.
That's exactly what we need to cheer up Salts tonight because he's a gambler and he likes a casino. Maybe I get him a little excited tonight. Lagunero says, well, time to support Colombia then. Vamos Colombia. That's a great point. If you're a USA fan, who are you supporting now in the Copa America now that the USA has been knocked out? Who's your secondary team? And this also goes for Mexico fans. Since Mexico is out, who are you guys supporting? I agree with this comment. I'm going Colombia, bro. I'm going Colombia the rest of the way, man. Abraham says, bring Weckman to the podcast. Best soccer knowledge. I have had it with Weckman. I'm not going to do this shit again.
Oh, my God.
Northern Boy says, first, I'm Guatemalan American from Newark, New Jersey. Second, seeing Mexico and USA being bound is like seeing the Dallas Cowboys being eliminated from the playoffs.
Damn. Guatemalan American. Okay. I mean, I just wish you represented more of that American side of you.
And the Guatemalan side, too, bro.
You know, all I'm going to say.
Damn, man. He's here. He's quick to hate. Jeffrey Montano says, Uruguay played smart and rough versus frustrated USA team. They did make the game very chippy, man.
They did make it very, very chippy. But that's the experience I'm talking about that the USA don't have, right? We don't have the ability to play or adapt to teams like that. And that's why Uruguay got the result and we didn't.
Yeah, you could tell that was intentional because those first 20 minutes, I thought the USA looked really good.
We looked fantastic.
You were flowing. You were building that momentum, that confidence. But then it started to just get really chippy. 3-4 minute segments with fouls and players staying on the ground for a while. And then Uruguay had really good possession to start off that second half, which ultimately led to their goal. It was really smart from Uruguay's perspective.
Yes.
Got Enk says, Panama needs Carrasquilla to have a slight chance because Panama is set to face off against either the winner of Colombia or Brazil.
Colombia, yeah.
It's either Colombia or Brazil. We'll know by tomorrow, but that matchup is looking really interesting, as well as Uruguay, which is Colombia versus Brazil as well. So let's talk about Bolivia because
let's talk about it.
While the USA disappointed, we had a remarkable story happen with Panama. Panama qualifying through to the next round despite all the odds, despite what everybody said, including us. Panama, such a small nation, achieving great things and getting a 3-1 victory against Bolivia today to feel themselves growing in confidence going into that quarterfinal matchup. So congratulations to any Panamanians that are celebrating in the chat right now or just in general, because Panama is through. And let's see what they can do, bro, in the quarterfinals.
Dude, and we previewed this whole Copa for Panama specifically as the perfect dress for rehearsal for them to have a good World Cup qualification, because going into this tournament, this is the best Panamanian side that they've ever had. The consistency that Thomas Christensen has been able to build with his squad has never been seen before for Panama. And so, USA aside, I had high hopes for Panama to just show out, show CONMEBOL, show the rest of CONCACAF that they can perform at a high level. Now, obviously, I didn't expect them to get out of this group, but my goodness, bro, this is the biggest moment in Panamanian history. And now they have a knockout game in the Copa America. Like, this is huge for Panama, for the players. They made history tonight by qualifying to the quarterfinals.
They made history. Fajardo scoring a banger to get the lead, and then after that, they look so confident. Bolivia equalized it, but then later in that second half, Panama gets the lead, and then they score a third one to close the game out. Panama is now set to face off against either Colombia and Brazil. My question to the chat is, does the journey end there for them, or is there a crazy chance that Panama upsets? Can Panama upset a Colombia or Brazil? I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no, too. I wish it was like just a weaker team, but Colombia or Brazil could go to the final. And I don't think Panama have what it takes to play a team like that. Obviously, they were able to beat the USA, and that's a really good starting point for Panama. I thought they had a good, I want to say 40 minutes against Uruguay, but they ultimately caved against Uruguay, and they caved bad. I could see the same thing happening in their quarterfinal where they have a good 30, 45 minutes, but the second half, they just lose it. And that's ultimately where I think the journey will end for Panama.
Which then leads me to my next question, which is Uruguay, because they're also facing off against either Colombia or Brazil. Do you guys see Uruguay progressing past the quarterfinals after what we saw in the group stage? Is Uruguay a contender? I think so. So I'm interested to see what the chat says, because Uruguay facing off against Colombia or Brazil is going to be an insane matchup. Yeah. And I think that's the difference between them and Panama. I do think Uruguay can play up to the level of Colombia or Brazil and defeat them in these matches. So
agreed.
I think if they get Brazil, they go through. If they get Colombia, that game is going to be incredible, bro. Incredible.
Yeah, and just going now, I have Colombia going to the final. And even just from a heart perspective, since I don't have the USA to cheer for or even Mexico to cheer for anymore, I'll be going Canada, Panama, but I don't have them winning either of their games. And so I'm just going all in on Colombia, man. All in on Colombia to dethrone Argentina, because I have Argentina getting to the final.
Yeah, I think Argentina for sure gets to the final on their side of the bracket. If they don't, that'd be a massive disappointment. But Costa Rica, y'all taking us out too quick is what the chat is saying. Maybe they can do some magic tomorrow, man.
He just scored like 4 goals.
Hey, we'll be in attendance, bro.
We will be there, by the way. Q2.
We'll be at the game for Paraguay, Costa Rica.
I hope they win.
A Costa Rica masterclass can maybe get them in somehow, some way, and also getting some help from the Colombia-Brazil match. Mm-hmm. Maybe, bro. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Or just no.
For Costa Rica? No, there's no chance. I think they can win. I do think that they can beat Paraguay, but they're going to need to score a lot of goals.
All right, guys, submit your winners. Let me hear your winners then, because I'm seeing a lot of Colombian love. I'm seeing some Argentinian love. Who are your winners? Who's winning the tournament now? Let's check in, because I want to see y'all's updated predictions every time we do a stream. I'm still sticking to Argentina. I'm still sticking to Argentina and an Argentina-Colombia final. I think that final is going to be incredible if we actually do get it. But I still have Argentina. I just still have it. I think they're going to wake up and perform much better than how they did in the group stage. Despite them getting 3 straight clean sheets in a row, I think they're going to play even better in the knockout stages. So I have Argentina right now still winning this tournament. You still have Argentina as well, I believe.
I do. My heart is going to go with Colombia, but all of my logic and all of my brain says Argentina will still win this whole tournament. They're just too too stacked and too balanced across the entire pitch, and they have the experience. So
yeah, Venezuela getting some shouts. Venezuela on an incredible rise right now. 3 straight victories in the group stage to get 9 points. Shout out to them. Uruguay. What about Ecuador? Could Ecuador do something at this tournament? I'm seeing somebody say in the chat. I don't think so after what I saw in the group stage, but they're there. They're on the easier side of the bracket. Maybe they can do it. Venezuela as well has a chance here. Panama, says Anthony Guerrero. Panama. Fuck it, Panama. Back in my country, Brazil, says Kisa. I mean, Brazil also, bro. The quarterfinals, I think, are going to get ridiculous, bro, because those matchups, each single one of them is going to be so entertaining, and it's just so much on the line now. So much on the line now that we're closing out the third round of the group stage. Guys, give us a thumbs up right now on the stream. Thumbs up, please, because Chris Vergara is saying as soon as Argentina get out of first gear, man, it's wraps for everyone else. I agree with Chris, man. I agree with him. Guys, let me know your final thoughts on today's games. And remember, if you have any ideas for Soltero's punishment, submit them right now, because we'll look back on this stream. We'll look back on the comments, and we're going to try to pick the best stream that we think fits the punishment that is deserved for Soltero saying that the USA would make it to the semifinal. Let us know right now or in the comments after this video is uploaded what the punishments should be, because this is going to be an incredible storyline for the Give and Go, seeing what ultimately happens to you, bro. And you should be a little scared.
I'm a little scared.
You should be a little scared. And that's the fun of it, bro.
There's going to be a lot of pain, man. A whole lot of pain in this punishment. That's
life, man. Sometimes it's just a bunch of pain, dude. And the good moments are very rare. Very, very rare. Especially on this pod, bro.
Yeah. No, yeah. Tell me about it, bro. It's tough. It's tough out here.
God. Guys, thank you so much for... These comments are crazy. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Thank you so much for joining. We will be back tomorrow for Euros coverage. We will not have a live stream tomorrow because we will be at the game, so we won't be able to live stream tomorrow, but we'll upload an episode reacting to the results to Colombia, Brazil, and Paraguay, Costa Rica. So we'll see you guys tomorrow, and let's do it, bro. Copa America. Keep the ball rolling. Thumbs up. Comment on your way out. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.